Hello, all you film freaks and movie maniacs out there. My name is Nolan Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to the go-to podcast for all things cinema. But before you can ask any questions, just sit back, relax, as I present to you a Straw Lane Studio Productions Critiquing with Carr. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another great edition of the show here, Critiquing with Carr for a memorable movie month. As always, if you've enjoyed episodes just as this one, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following us on the audio platforms, clicking that thumbs up or like button so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turning on post notifications so you can stay up to date on those platforms when episodes release, as well as clicking on share out so you can continue to go the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways to stay up to date with the show, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. I say all that because on this week's very melodramatic episode of Memorable Movie Monday here on Critiquing with Carr, we're talking about the classic Akira Kurosawa film, IKIRU. And with that being said, let's begin. This film was both directed and co-written by Akira Kurosawa. The other co-screenwriters were Shinobu Hashimoto and Madao Oguni. The film was produced by Sojiro Motoki, and the cast for this film is as follows: Takashi Shimura and Miki Odagiri. The cinematographer for this film was Asakazu Nakai. The film was edited by Koichi Awashida. The musical score for this film was done by Fumio Hayasaka. The production and distribution companies for this film were Toho. This movie was released on October 9th of 1952. The runtime for this film was a whopping 143 minutes. The budget was $85,000, and the box office grand total for this film was a supposed $114,000. The accolades for this film are as follows. At the Berlin International Film Festival Awards, Akira Kurosawa won the special prize of the Senate of Berlin Award. At the Kinema Junpo Awards, Akira Kurosawa won for Best Film. At the Mainichi Film Awards, Akira Kurosawa won for Best Film and Best Screenplay. Shinobu Hashimoto and Hideo Oguni also for Best Screenplay, and Fumio Yanoguchi for Best Sound Recording. And finally, last but not least, at the Japanese Ministry of Education Awards, the movie won the Minister of Education Award. And now it comes time for one of my two favorite parts, which is I list off the top 10 high school swing films that year's release, being 1952's IKIRU. And with that being said, let's begin. Coming in 10th place at the bottom of this list was The Quiet Man. It was distributed by Republic Pictures. Its world gross was $3.8 million. That stars John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and Barry Fitzgerald. Coming in 9th place on this list was Jumping Jacks. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. Its world gross was $4 million. It stars Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Mona Freeman. Coming in 8th place on this list was Sailor Beware. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. Its world gross was $4.3 million. It stars Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin, and Marion Marshall. Coming in 7th place on this list was Hans Christian Andersen. It was distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. Its world gross was $6 million. It stars Danny Kaye, Farley Granger, and ZZ Jean Murray. Coming in 6th place on this list was The Snows of Kilimanjaro. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its world gross was between $6.5 and $12.5 million. It stars Gregory Peck, Susan Hayward, and Ava Gardner. Coming in 5th place at the halfway mark on this list was Moulin Rouge. It was distributed by British Lion Films. Its world gross was $9 million. It stars Jose Ferrer, Zaza Gabor, and Suzanne Flan. Coming in 4th place on this list was Ivanhoe. It was distributed by Lowe's Incorporated. Its world gross was $11 million. It stars Robert Taylor, Elizabeth Taylor, and Joan Fontaine. Coming in 3rd place with the bronze medal on this list was High Noon. It was distributed by United Artists. Its world gross was $12 million. And it stars Gary Cooper, Thomas Mitchell, and Lloyd Bridges. Coming in 2nd place with the silver medal on this list was The Greatest Show on Earth. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. Its world gross was $36 million. And it stars Betty Hutton, Cornel Wilde, and Charlton Heston. And finally, coming in 1st place with the gold medal as the highest grossing film for 1952 was This Is Cinema. It was distributed by Cinerama Releasing Corporation. Its world gross was $41.6 million, and it stars Lowell Thomas. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, my review of 1952's IKIRU. IKIRU, directed by Akira Kurosawa, is often hailed as one of the most significant films in cinematic history. With its poignant exploration of mortality, meaning, and personal transformation, the film's legacy remains influential in both Japanese cinema and worldwide filmmaking. However, while there's no doubt that this film is iconic, IKIRU is now without its flaws. Its slow pacing, uneven character arcs, and occasional melodrama can leave modern viewers more puzzled than moved. One of the most immediate issues I found with IKIRU is its opening sequence, which feels dry, overly bureaucratic, and a bit confusing. The first 10 minutes, as the film introduces the chain of command in a Japanese government office, drag on considerably. The scene showing the debate over the proposed park, essentially a bureaucratic back and forth, does little to grab the audience's attention. While the music during these moments is certainly entertaining, it can't fully mask the dry, convoluted tone. It's not until the protagonist, Kanji Watanabe, receives his terminal cancer diagnosis that the film shifts into a more engaging gear. The crux of IKIRU revolves around Kanji Watanabe's confrontation with his own mortality. After discovering he has stomach cancer and only a few months to live, Watanabe's initial reaction is one of apathy and despair. His already monotonous life spent pushing paper in a dull government job only becomes more suffocating. His emotional decline is poignant, especially after the death of his wife, which plunges him into isolation. The spirit of Watanabe's life, marked by a lack of energy and positivity, speaks to the crushing weight of facing death without having lived with purpose. What follows is a transformative journey where Watanabe tries to grasp at any shred of meaningful experience, including spending time with a younger woman who introduces him to a different, more carefree lifestyle. On a more positive note, the depiction of the office atmosphere in the early parts of the film is effective. It's chaotic yet oddly inviting in its confusion. The seemingly different bureaucracy that Watanabe works for adds to the film's themes of dehumanization, illustrating how a life can be consumed by paperwork, apathy, and routine. The scenes in which Watanabe speaks to a fellow cancer patient in the waiting room and realizes that the doctors are lying to him about his prognosis are some of the most emotionally effective in the film. Watanabe's growing awareness of the lies surrounding him only deepens his sense of despair. One of the most admirable aspects of IKIRU is the quiet heroism Watanabe discovers within himself. He channels his newfound purpose into getting a playground built in a dilapidated neighborhood, an act that, despite its small scale, provides him with a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment in his final days. His perseverance in getting the park constructed despite his declining health is moving. It's clear that Watanabe has finally found a case worth dedicating his remaining time to, which is what makes his eventual death feel all the more tragic yet somehow redemptive. That said, the film's pacing does suffer in its latter half, particularly during the sequence where Watanabe's former coworkers reflect on his final days. While this segment is meant to be a tribute to his legacy, it overstays its welcome. The flashbacks to Watanabe's coworkers discussing the completion of the park and arguing over who should take credit for it become drawn out and unnecessary. Despite these issues, the film's iconic final scene cannot be overstated. Watanabe, after seeing the park completed, finds a sense of peace on a swing in the snow just before he dies. It's a heart-wrenching moment that encapsulates the entire message of the film. That meaning can be found in the smallest of acts, even when life has been mostly devoid of it. Ultimately, IKIRU is a film that both impresses and frustrates. While its meditations on life, death, and purpose are undeniably powerful, the pacing issues, the overly melodramatic subplots, and that sometimes awkward character interactions make it a challenging watch for modern audiences. In conclusion, while IKIRU is an important and historically significant film, it's one that I don't foresee revisiting anytime soon. It's a film that offers much to admire in theory, but its slow pace, confusing subplots, and uneven execution make it less enjoyable in practice. With that being said, I'm somewhat okay with giving this film a honest ranking of 6.5 out of 10 on the Diamond Dave scale. And with that being said, my film freaks and cinephiles, as always, if you've enjoyed this week's edition of Memorable Movie Monday here, Critiquing with Carr, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following us on the audio platforms, clicking on thumbs up or like buttons so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turning on post notifications on those platforms so you can stay up to date when episodes release, as well as clicking at share so you can help continue to grow the podcast with your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways to stay up to date with the show, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. And with that being said, my film freaks and cinephiles, as always, take care, and most importantly, happy viewing.